What if we made it, the 69 is way better. What if we made it to 62, where I only started 2 players, and they were Tevin Coleman and Blaine Gabbert?
Yo, welcome to the Week 11 edition of Manz Maker. As always, I am your guide through the DFS cosmos, Pete Manzanelli, and today we have a truly prestigious guest. You guys know him as RotoPats from Rotoworlds.com. But before we can get to that, I wanted to let you know I posted a little video the other day from my time at the FFPC high stakes fantasy drafts in Las Vegas back in September. I'll post a link down below, but check it out. If you want to see the Manz in his element, playing nosebleed high stakes fantasy football, drinking beers, and talking to beautiful, beautiful women. Okay, but moving on, it is now time for news and booze. Producer Pete, did you said you had a segment that you wanted to do for this?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll just drop it into the episode. You just do tweet of the week.
Yeah, what is it?
It's just this little news piece about how much you've been crushing it lately.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you'll just drop it into the episode? Okay, good.
Hey guys, if you don't know me, I'm Peter Overzet. I'm Manz's producer. He never lets me on camera or gives me credit because he's a narcissistic douchebag. But I needed to hop on here real quick and try to sneak this video into the episode because there's something you guys should know, okay? You know how he has this weekly GPP he hosts on DraftKings and he's always talking about how he crushes it and everything? Well, there's something I need to show you. Let's pull up the leaderboard here in the DraftKings league he created. This is going to be the 11th week he's done the contest, and he also did one in the preseason. Let's check out this leaderboard and scroll through some of the results. Okay, we're still scrolling. Okay, we're still scrolling. Yep, still trying to find Manz. All right. Yep, still going. Oh, there he is. Right there. Okay. So let's just make this clear, all right? He is in 92nd out of 94 people. I repeat, 92nd out of 94 people. Now, he's probably going to fire me when he sees this and whatever. I don't even care. But I just thought you guys should know that all this talk from Manz, it's just talk, okay? The good news, though, for you guys, if you continue to play in tournaments with Manz, it means it's incredibly soft, so continue to enjoy that plus EV. Shit, he's gonna hear me. But I gotta go. I just thought I should tell you that Manz isn't so good with the telling the truth and the transparency all the time, so I had to hop on here and just knock him down to size for once in his goddamn life. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Producer Pete. I definitely don't give you enough credit on this show. You do a great job editing. Thank you so much for highlighting how much I crush at DFS. I really appreciate it, bro. Be sure to follow him on Twitter. It's some Dutch name. Okay, now let's get to Pete's Tweet of the Week that brings the heat. Now, this is less of a tweet, but more about an account itself, because the other day I was sniffing around for some Trey McBride news items, and I stumbled across a Chicago Bears beat reporter named Mark Potash's account. But what is truly perplexing is why his avatars is promoting the web browser Mozilla Firefox. I mean, clearly Chrome is a superior browser, and I still have a soft spot for Internet Explorers, but to choose this as your cause, Mr. Marks, Firefox, it's truly bizarre, and it's this kind of archaic thinking that has led to newspapers and beat reporters like yourself dying off. It's very sad, I'm sorry, it's very sad, but it's true. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you, and if you see Mark Potash on Twitter, ask him why he's promoting a browser, Firefox. It doesn't make any sense. All right, that does it for Tweet of the Week. All right, it is now time to talk to our truly prestigious guest, RotoPats. All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. I am joined right now by a truly prestigious guest. He's the man behind your favorite tweets, the man behind your favorite blurbs. It's Rotoworld's very own Patrick Daugherty's Patty D's. Welcome to the show, my bro.
What's up, Manz? I'm one of the 21st century's most distinguished niche fantasy football tweeters. So yeah, I really appreciate that.
But if you just, trick yourself into not thinking it's a niche and it's the entire world and all that matters, then you're like one of the princes of this kingdom.
Well, it's definitely all that matters. Twitter is the only thing that matters. It's the only thing I devote any of my brain power to anymore. So yeah, I actually do agree. That was false modesty by me. It's the only thing that matters.
And last week I talked about on the program how all anyone wanted to talk about was these 280 characters and all these people writing tweets. And what do I do but check your Twitter timeline? And not just 18 minutes ago you had a tweet about 200 characters, Pat.
I know. I took up my pitchfork pretty immediately against the 280, but then it's like such a slippery slope. Like after 2 hours, I was like, well, one 160 character tweet won't make me a hypocrite. People won't notice, and now I'm it's the slow creep. I think I might have had like a 278 character tweet just before I signed on. So I'm as big a hypocrite as everyone else in America, apparently.
It is really sneaky how they removed the character countdown with just that little progress bar, because I think people would be more conscious of it if you could see, all right, I just hit 140. I should probably rein it in.
No, yeah, I was ready to be like a stickler and part of the new society, donate money to the 140 society. But then with the wheel, it's like, oh yeah, it's too much effort. It's 2017 America. I'm just gonna abandon my principles immediately. So
yeah. Although your coworker, man, talk about the pitchforks, dude. That dude, Mr. Silva, does not like the long tweets.
Well, he's like when I go like a 150, even I feel his presence looming over me. Yeah, he hasn't admonished me yet, but one of these days he's gonna count and see it's 157 for me, and he's gonna unfollow me, I think.
Yeah,
so.
You're gonna get your annual performance review, great marks everywhere except Twitter, dude. Nope, veering into that 180 range, too much, Pat.
Evan's a man of principle, more than anyone I know, and he's gonna stick to the 140. It's gonna up the heat on RotoPat. I'm gonna be honest.
That's true, dude. Well, let's get back to talking about RotoPats, and first of all, I feel pretty honored to get you on this program because I saw last week you were on RotoJizz Radio, you were on Roto Underworld this week. What's it like being the most sought after man in the fantasy football community?
It's it's humbling. I'm a superstar. No, I love host of great shows. You got the Fantasy Mansion. It's like a kind of going into the boxing ring, going one-on-one with Matt Kelly. And then, I don't know. I'm all about the pod life. I'm a modernist. So, yeah, if you ask me to do a podcast, I will do it.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I feel like a lot of people know your voice, both your writing voice and your speaking voice. But now I want to bring that beautiful, beautiful face to the masses, and that's what we're doing on this program. Yeah,
I need a haircut. And I thought about wearing. I've got some of these. I thought about wearing to go toe to toe. So I said I went toe to toe with Matt Kelly. I thought about going toe to toe with the Manz.
Let's do it
with my blue. I think I bought these at Dick's Sporting Goods for $9.99. So, yeah, I'm gonna go see. Look how lame I am though. So you can see the screen in my thing here. So
that's actually a pro tip that I've recently, and I think I forgot to do now. But you got to turn when you're rocking the Man Sage. You got to turn down the brightness on that computer monitor. It's a little pro tip.
The problem is I cannot turn down the brightness because of how poor the lighting is. So have 80% of the lighting in here is being provided by the brightness on my screen. So I guess I'll just take. I can't go toe to toe with Manz anyway. So.
Well, we got the screen grab. That's all that matters, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah. So.
Okay, so you write a lot of blurbs. Who's your favorite player to write a blurb about these days? Who do you get excited about most when you're like, I know I only have one or two sentences, but I'm gonna really make them count with this guy?
You mean, well, it was Jeff Fisher. But fare thee well. Jeff is out living his best Jeff Fisher life now, somewhere out west. We miss him dearly. Hoping he comes back. I'm hoping the NFL is slowly, like, it's not actually getting smart, but it is slowly getting smarter. That's just like that's all relative, because even the NFL getting smarter, the NFL is still dumb. But so I'm worried that since the NFL is getting kind of smarter, it won't hire Jeff Fisher again. But, fingers crossed, one more team will do it and give my boy Jeff back to me. Without Jeff this year, it's definitely Tom Savage. I've devoted pretty much 100% of my creative resources to coming up with new things to call Tom Savage. For some reason, I've grown very fond of one that makes absolutely no sense. Like, if someone tried to get me to explain it to them, I don't think I could, but I really like portable cactus, Tom Savage. And I don't even really know what it means. It's more about, like, the feel than, like, making sense. But yeah, Tom Savage, he's more like my eyes light up. Like, if I see a quote about Tom Savage, or if I, God forbid, have to watch a Texans game and blurb up the game, Tom Savage is the one where, like, well, I'm going to make this one count.
And I've also seen Pocket Sloth bandied about.
I'm really upset because Evan Silva has he raised the bar so high on the Tom Savage nicknames that there's, like, no possible way I could top Pocket Sloth. So that's why it's just I'm just doing what makes me happy now. Since I can't top Pocket Sloth, and what makes me happy is portable cactus.
Okay, so you heard that, guys. Let us know in the comments or on Twitter. Are you Team Pocket Sloth or Team Portable Cactus? Yeah. Well, speaking about getting tilted, dude, you have a rambunctious Twitter personality. You'll toss in some politics there. I saw a guy yesterday or a few days ago, and it made me laugh. And I think he was saying it tongue-in-cheek, but he asked you if you had ever considered a career in political writing, because clearly that is your passion. Tell me about that situation.
He wasn't being tongue-in-cheek. He was more like, get out of here, bud. I've had it up to here. And, listen, I love my job. I want to write about sports for a living. It's heady times right now. So, I've got this outlet, and I'm an American citizen. And so, I've got some thoughts. And it's how people communicate these days, So for better or worse, that's how we communicate. It's not how everyone communicates. But I submit to the poll, and I do it. And I know some people wish that I wouldn't, but I'm not going to stop. So, yeah.
Well, it made me think, dude, it's kind of crazy that there isn't a Rotoworld for politics, because can you imagine if you just got to write up these blurbs on these politicians? It would just be, think about all of the gross misconduct you could write about. Al Franken did this, you just go boom, boom, boom. Roy Moore did this. You'd be firing them off.
Yeah, the Roy Moore blurbs, they would be setting a new low standard for the Rotoworld of politics. So, in theory, that sounds good, but I'm actually very glad that does not exist. So,
I guess
if you start that website, I will not join it.
Okay, thank you. That's good to know that I'll have to look elsewhere for writers. So I saw you put out your weekly ranks, your Week 11 ranks on Rotoworld.com, and you have a poster boy, Tevin Coleman's. And I know these are season-long ranks, but is Tevin Coleman's, is he the guy that you want to, mash into those DFS lineups? Is he your guy this week?
He actually is. I feel like people might not be on him enough because their Falcons, have sort of been struggling playing the Seahawks. But Tevin Coleman is he's like a Barry Bonds. He's like a Mark McGuire. He's a home run hitter. And if you give him 21, I'm putting the over/under for touches at the 21 he got last week. And if you give him 21 hacks in the cage, he's going to put some over the fence. So I'm all about the Tev Coleman this week, and he's my DFS lock of the week.
Lock it up. There it is. Yeah, it's a bummer he's not on the main slate, but if you're playing those
playing Monday, Thursday games,
lock them in. Because I think people still, for just some reason, get scared away by that brand name recognition of the Seahawks. But this defense is completely different. We've seen major shootouts. This could be a lot like that Texans-Seahawks game that went way over.
Yeah, and it's their first game without Richard Sherman. And I also forgot when I recommended Tevin Coleman as my DFS lock of the week that it wasn't part of the main slate.
No, dude, you're good.
But yeah. That doesn't matter. That makes it all the more lockier, in my opinion, that it's that much more bold that you can't even use him on the main slate. So
that's right, dude. It's going
to blow people's minds when I do use him on the main slate.
Nothing's more contrarian than using a guy not on that slate, dude. So exactly. I like it.
Well, let's stick in the DFS lane. It's time for my hit segment, Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. Who's your favorite QB to pass catcher pairing for Week 11?
Gabbard and JJ Nelson? No. I mean, Gabbard is kind of a fun streamer, but I can't believe I'm saying that sentence. But I am so bad at coming up with creative stacks or stacks that like make sense. But if I'm going for a weird stack, I'm going to say Kirk Cousins and Jamison Crowder. I think people are like all in. Like, people have talked so much about the Saints' improved defense, and it is improved. There's no doubt about it. But it's been kind of a soft slate of opposing quarterbacks, and Kenny Vaccaro might be out of the slot this week, and Kirk Cousins is finally kind of treating Jamison Crowder like he's part of the family again. 24 targets over his past 2 games, kind of being treated as like his number 1 receiver. And I think people are so like mesmerized by the Saints just being competent on defense that now they're kind of acting like they're like the 85 Bears. And I think people are going to be like too off of the Redskins for what should be a shootout. So yeah, my very logical, makes perfect DFS sense stack is Jamison Crowder and Kirk Cousins.
I like it. You get your chance at chasing a big game that has a chance to go over the over. Crowder's only 4,300 on DraftKings, so it allows you to do some creative things elsewhere. And yeah, like you said, the Saints haven't played world beaters over the past few weeks. So, I really want this new term, this world, what is it called? Coors Field of DFS. I really want that to be true. I like that. I like that call. All right. Well, now is the time in the show where I challenge my guest to what people love and hold close to their hearts. It is the 69 challenge. Patrick Daugherty's, are you familiar with this challenge?
I unfortunately am not. When I'm not writing about fantasy football, which is literally all day, every day, I'm like in a hyper. I ruined my own jokes. I forgot the phrase I was going to use, but basically I'm in a coma I don't get to take in as much I don't get to I get to go on like every podcast in existence, but I don't get to listen to them. Basically, is the answer I was going for.
What you're saying?
So no, I'm not familiar.
What you're saying is you're a stationary cactus during the day.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Okay. Well, here's how this works. So on DraftKings, there's 9 roster spots, right? Now the 69 challenge, we're gonna play head to head, but I am gonna only use 6 of my roster spots. I'm gonna throw out my 3 worst scores. Okay? Here's the deal. If you beat me, which you would think you would with 9 to 6 guys, I have to go on Twitter. I have to promote some of your stuff, say, how great you are. However, if the Manz beats you on Twitter, you have to tell all of your followers that I'm the greatest DFS player of our generation. Do you accept this challenge?
That won't even be a challenge because you are. So, yeah.
Okay.
So no problems there whatsoever. So absolutely. Sign me. I might do that even if I win.
Well, it's always good to get the truth out there. You did say it's heady times, and I think people do need to know.
Yeah, times are changing in America, and so yeah, I'm just along for the ride, pretty much.
Excellent. Well, I'll get that head-to-head sent over, and we can battle in those DFS streets. I'm always thinking of how I can leverage my picks against you. So, if you're going Tevin Coleman, I'm probably having to go Julio. If you're going Kirk, maybe I'm going Saints, running backs and defense. So just be prepared for me to leverage the shit out of you, dude.
What if we made it the 69 is way better? What if we made it the 62 where I only started 2 players and they were Tevin Coleman and Blaine Gabbert?
Dude, we could have a spit-off, the 62 challenge. I love it. I
only do Tevin Coleman and his 6 touchdowns and Blaine Gabbert and his 7. So
when Pat Daugherty says someone's his lock of the week, he needs no one else in his lineup.
Exactly. That's how confident I am about Tevin Coleman off the main slate. He's the only player I'm using in DFS this week.
There you have it. Well, we really appreciate you coming on the program. You guys can check out Pat Daugherty's on Rotoworld.com. Be sure to check out his rankings. He's also on Twitter at RotoPat. And also, he will not be writing for a Rotoworld political site spinoff. We heard that here first. Pat, thank you for coming on, my dude.
My pleasure, Manz. Anytime.
Thank you to RotoPats for coming on the program. He is one chill-ass dude. Be sure to follow him on Twitter. Check out his ranks on rotoworld.com. Check out his blurbs. All of that good stuff. All right, it is now time for the Man's Fans of the Week. And this week, it goes to Craig Dennis, aka Pimp the Funks on Twitter. And this dude sent me a photo of a check he received from DraftKings. And let me tell you, this was the chillest payout of all time. So shout out to Craig Dennis. $420, dude. I can smell those danky nugs from here, dude. Nice work. And let me tell you what, next time I would draw from DraftKings, it's going to be $690,420 for sure. I appreciate the inspiration, Craig Dennis. If you as well are cashing out on DraftKings for a super chill amount, let me know on Twitter at Pete Manzanelli. Okay, our final piece of housekeeping. As you guys know, the 50 Manz GP Pete, the link is live for week 11. I'll post it in the comments, in the show notes below. We've been filling it up every single week. We got some heavy hitters in there. I see Adam Levitons is back in there this week. It is a good time, dude. I've been crushing it. I've been crushing it this year. I haven't gotten a win yet, but I've definitely been crushing it. So that's really what the goal is. See if you can beat the Manz, and it's a tough feat, dude, because I've really been crushing it this year. So be sure to hop in the Manz GP Pete of the week. We will see you guys back here for week 12. And until then, get paid, get laid,